Hey, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Amanda and I run a small business called Whimsy Pots. I'm a little chaotic right now. My studio is chaotic. My thoughts are a little chaotic. It is 8:45 at night. The kids are in bed and it's a Thursday and I have a market on Sunday. I haven't made a to-do list yet. I haven't sanded my most recent pieces. I haven't ordered supplies that I need to order. So we have a couple things to do in the next few days. I'm not too stressed out though. It's really gonna be okay. I don't have much to do. I have about a dozen or so new pieces that I'll be adding to this inventory. Everything else I had at my last market and it's actually already packed away. But I do need to water test those few things and sand them, make sure they're nice and smooth and ready to sell. I just got a sale on Etsy like 5 minutes ago. Thank you, Meredith. They got this berry bowl right here. That's a really nice one. I like the way the glaze came out. It is supposed to ship by the 31st, which is Saturday. So I might package that up tomorrow afternoon. Today I've been cleaning the house. I have family coming over tomorrow to stay for the weekend. I glazed some pieces that I won't have in time for this weekend, but I do have 3 markets back to back in June. June 1st, June 7th, and June 14th. So the first 3 weekends of June I have a market, which is a lot for me. That's the most back to back that I've had so far. And ceramics is not a quick turnaround at all. So although I was working really hard today to get some pieces all set and into the kiln, I won't reap those rewards for a little bit and I won't have anything that I brought in today for this weekend. I am a part of a community pottery studio, so I have everything fired for me. Today I dropped off some underglazed greenware desk friends. I dropped off a couple of underglazed planters, a little bee jar, and then I went to the studio to finish glazing up some chalices. So I spent some time at the studio doing some glazing. I got myself a matcha, and right now I'd like to show you everything that I have to sand and test, which will probably be tomorrow. And big news, if you watched my last market video, which I think was 2 videos ago, it was a really great market. You should check it out. One of the things that I reflected on was I needed a new chair that was more comfortable for me so my feet weren't hurting at the end of the day because I was just standing all day, not wanting to sit in my uncomfortable chair that I did have with me. So I bought 2 new director's chairs and I have the box with me to unbox and maybe put together. I'm not sure if it needs to be put together at all, but we're gonna find out together. And hopefully it's exactly what I was looking for because I need it in 3 days. It was on sale. It's normally like $120 and I think it was only $65. So that's really awesome. I bought 2 and I just so happened to buy it when it was on sale. So let's go over all the new inventory that I will be adding to this market this weekend. Okay, I actually have 21 pieces. First, we're gonna do these 2 new mugs that this is just becoming a whole collection. You might know that I've been working on these booby mugs and it's kind of just like fun and funny, and I've been doing some with piercings because it's kind of weird and quirky, and then I quickly learned that it's actually been resonating with a lot of people. Some just because of their femininity, some because of their challenges with things like breast cancer. And so because of that, I wanted to create mastectomy mugs and kind of represent everybody. So here's the first batch. I think the scars came out pretty cool. I really wanted to make sure that you could see the scars and it was very obvious what it might be. I am looking to do the same with like top surgery scars in the future. So let me know what you think of these. I do have somebody that I will be messaging for to see if they would like them because I told them first that I'd be making these, so they may or may not be claimed. I will see. I actually should message her tonight. To wrap up this collection, This also might be accounted for. Someone messaged me specifically about a blue and green booby piercing mug, and this one just happens to fit all of those categories. As you can tell, each one is kind of like a unique shape. I'm gonna message her as well. Maybe I should do that tonight too. Maybe I should message both of them tonight before I bring it to a market and they sell. I have a couple of bee mugs because these always sell really well. So we've got a blue one here and a green. Those are so sweet. I love these. I have a new design. I really like making incense holders, and I had this idea to make one of my mushy guys in a holding position, and I have a hole down here in the moss so the stick can go through right there like that, but I don't have an incense stick on me right now. So you're gonna have to wait until my next market video to see these guys displayed. Hopefully that they work with their incense. I have the first skull design of the year. All the way in May, we're starting with the skull designs. This is a matcha bowl. I love when it's skull season, but I started a little bit early because it's always skull season. That came out super well, I think. This is a failure because the lid on this jar actually fused together with the dripped glaze from the top of the lid. Super sad. My husband wants to try to take a Dremel to it. I don't know if that'll even work. I don't know what happened. I think I just applied the glaze too thickly. This glaze can run, but I'm just surprised that it happened at all. It really shouldn't have. I think I may have just dipped it too much. So that's a bummer. That's a jar lost. These take a while to make, and it'll make beautiful decor just on one of my shelves or something, but I obviously can't sell it because it's not functional. But I do have two more jars. I have this dragon scale kind of jar. The jars always sell really well. A mushy guy. A mushroom sitting on a mushroom. It came out so good. I think I've really gotten the jars down. If you need any tips, let me know. Because I'm telling you, I have gotten them to where they fit really well and they don't crack. On the inner lid, I was having that problem for years. Not sure what the issue was until I figured it out. So if you need any advice, let me know. Oh, one more booby mug. Over on my Instagram, people voted on the color combinations for each of my booby mugs. So if you are interested in polls like that, or you want to see my day-to-day stuff and some reels and things that I post, or you want to get in touch with me really quickly, you can follow my Instagram. This is exciting because I've extended my line of cauldron mugs. We have anxiety and spells and steeps. So 2 tea mugs, and then we have cauldron of comfort and magical matcha. These also, the color combinations were chosen by my followers on Instagram. This is a new red that I tried. It kind of came out pink, but I'm not really mad at it. I updated my ring holder design, and I definitely like it more. I just think I made a mistake in doing the clear glaze, but I have these mushroom ring holders like this, and they hold rings and jewelry, and they just look like, you know, an upside down mushroom. And I have some cracked spots on the underglaze, and then I clear glazed over top of it. One of two things: either I did too much underglaze on the white dots, or I didn't do enough clear glaze. This one, that cracked spot where it actually came off, I think I'm just going to keep for myself because I've been wanting one. But this one, it does have a blemish on it, but I think it's so minor and it's still completely functional, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna like flake off. So I think I'm still gonna sell this one. So for this weekend, I'll only have one mushroom ring holder. Last but not least, I brought back my travel mug, but I did change the design of it. I made it so the lid is fitted into it, whereas like when I threw it, I brought the lid down. I brought the top of it down, and then I cut away, once it was leather hard, I cut away half of it, which left this open part, but this was thrown this way, and then I cut out a hole here instead of just throwing a tall cylinder and then adding a slab piece here. I used to do that, but I found that this was just, it looks a lot neater for me. They just look neater, and it actually ended up being easier. Once I was getting good at kind of bringing this top in when I was throwing it, that's the hardest part. Then from then on, it actually worked really well. I got no cracking at all, whereas before, sometimes it would crack. And so for these two, I added ladybugs because it is the season for that. And I love these. And then I added one with ferns. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, all of these things and everything else in my inventory that didn't sell at this market on June 1st, hopefully it'll be on my Etsy shop. If you're interested in getting anything, my store is linked below in the description. I think I'm gonna leave all of the sanding and water testing for tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night. I have those 2 full days to work on it. Okay, my studio is an absolute mess. Don't look at it, okay? The only supplies thing besides my chair that I think I need is bags. I will check my notebook too because I wrote these things down, but the only thing that comes to mind are these bags. So let's see how many bags I have left after this market. I have plenty of these little bags, and in this I'll put either a necklace or a worry stone if that's the only thing that sells. I have plenty of these. Besides that necklace bag, I have a set of 3 different sizes. I just got them on Amazon, and I like the brown paper bag kind of look. I end up putting my logo sticker on the front of it to add a little bit of branding. I have a new fresh roll of honeycomb packing paper, so I'm good there. Okay, I'm good on bags. I've got this many medium-sized bags. I've got this many small bags. The last market I did, I made $1,200 and 37, I forget, transactions. So 37 individual people made a purchase. So this is plenty. What I do need to do is stamp some more stickers and add them to my bag. I will do that ahead of time instead of at the market. I only do that at the market when it's a lull. There's not going to be a single lull at this market. This market has over 150 vendors, at least 12 or more food options, and live music throughout the entire thing. I have not done this market before. It could either like blow my expectations out of the water, or it could meet my mediocre expectations, or it could be like a huge disappointment. Luckily, it was only $60-ish to vend here. It is like 8 minutes from my house. It will at least be great exposure and some experience, and I'm looking at it pretty positively, but I certainly hope to make, my goal is always 10 times the booth fee, which would be around $600. I would love to make 1,000 or more, for sure. But we'll see, because I'm not sure how it's gonna go. The competition is big when you have that big of a market. A lot of people are gonna just be looking around. A lot of people are gonna be there just for the food. And I'm not sure how many shoppers are actually going to be at this event, even though it's such a big one. So I will vlog this weekend, of course. So the next video after this will be the market vlog for this weekend. Right now I'm going to message, email, whatever, these pictures of these 3 mugs for some people who said that they were interested. That way, hopefully I get an answer from them by tomorrow or Saturday, so I know if they are interested in the mug or not, or if it's safe for me to bring it to the market. Okay, one is on Instagram. She was interested in that booby mug. She is currently active on Instagram, so I might get a reply rather soon. Next was over email. Oh my God, she sent me an email today. She sent me an email to update about a booby mug that she got. She actually bought the first booby mug ever, and she's just updating me that the piercings are holding up well. They're not warping or rusting or giving her any issues. That's so great. Just so you know, this is how I look anytime I'm interacting with someone online who watches my things. I'm like, oh. She's pretty fast, so I expect to hear back within the next day or so. Let's unbox this chair real quick and see how we like it. I think it's the perfect height. It's not that much bigger than the other chair that I was bringing. The other chair is much taller. That is awesome. You'll see it this Sunday at the market. The last thing I'm considering, maybe I'll send them an email tonight. They are allowing us to set up Saturday afternoon. That way we don't have to do everything on Sunday. And I am struggling with that decision. There will be security all night long, so that's not that much of a concern if it's being monitored, but there is some worries of wind with gusts of 25 to 15 all throughout the night. And then Sunday might be another windy day, and hopefully the rain will stay away. We're kind of in the same boat that we were for the last market, unfortunately. I'm a little nervous. I think all that I would bring is my canopy and my tables, maybe like these chairs, or just my plant stand, just like the big things. That way I can avoid some of the heavy lifting on Sunday. And also, we have 3 hours to set up, but that's 3 hours for 150 people to set up at the same exact time from 7 to 10 a.m. Sunday morning. So I'm a little nervous about that. It definitely takes me 2 hours by myself to set up. I'll see you tomorrow for a busy day. We got a couple appointments actually. I got family showing up. I got some cleaning to do in the morning. So it's going to be a little bit chaotic from here on out. Either I'll include Saturday setup or not if I don't do it. But we have some mugs that I have to put handles on before they get too bone dry. And I have to sand and water test those items that I showed you. I got to pack up this for the post office, this berry bowl that we just sold, and make a to-do list because I know there's something that I'm missing. So I'll see you tomorrow at some point. Thanks for being here. Good morning, it's the next day. We have some errands to run this morning. One of the people messaged me back last night, and she is gonna get that booby piercing mug. So I'm water testing it right now as well as the mastectomy mugs. I will water test everything else later today and sand it. I just wanna make sure it's all good to go before I actually send her my Venmo information. I have to give her some options for the piercings because I haven't put them on yet, so I'm just going to let her choose from the stock that I have. I haven't decided if I'm going to set up tomorrow or not yet. I'll figure that out today, and I'll make a to-do list this morning of everything that has to get done, and we'll just go from there.
I heard that you finally sold your heroes, abandoned all your childhood dreams. Innocence ago, you said you'd never change the way you spend your days, but there are ways, and all you need is the one sensation to get you on is a lame temptation stapled on the road to greed. I wanna get closer to you, closer to you. I wanna get closer to you.
The fall is coming, I can feel it. The breeze brings goosebumps to my skin. Tonight the whiskey feels stronger. Gasoline on hidden desires. So I'll throw another log on the fire. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn. Let it burn.
Today is Saturday, the day before the market, and it doesn't look like anything leaked overnight when doing the water testing, which is excellent news. I have to do some sanding of all of these pieces. This morning I went and picked up my mini vases that came out of the kiln. This one's my favorite, and I'm going to turn them into magnets for the fridge. I went to Michael's and bought some magnets and some 2-part epoxy, and I'm going to attach those. I just have to sand them first. I ran other errands, like got cash for my cash box. First, I'm going to see if the stick incense fits in the incense holder. I've been dying all night to try it. It almost looks like he's fishing or something. It is perfect. And it's standing really straight up, which for me is kind of important because I don't want to sell anything where the incense is falling outside of this little tray. So it's standing up straight. Let's check the other one. Wow. Yay! No way. Look how cute and happy he is. He's got a little booty. That's so cool. I have this handheld sander. I just put a small sanding pad on, and I always wet sand. Let's just get started. For the inside of my jars, I have this valve grinding compound. It looks like this, and I can put it on the inside of my jar, like the lid. I just put a small amount all along the rim, put it in the jar, and then go like this. And it's kind of doing two things. It's making it smooth on the inside, but it's also making sure that the fit is like as perfect as it can be. And if there's one side that's a little bit tighter than the other, this, if it's minor enough, this will take care of it. And I don't glaze the inside of the lids anyways, because then it would adhere together in the kiln. So it's not grinding off any glaze or anything like that. It's obnoxious, but. And I'll do a little bit of water. And it's nice and smooth. It's totally washed off. Oh, nice and smooth. And because it's smoothed out, it doesn't have like a really rough sound anymore. This one has some dripped glaze. So let's see how much of that we can smooth out. It's acceptable, and it's not sharp at all. It's still there a little bit, but much better. Let's do these mini vases, and then we'll be done sanding. The thing about the sanding pad is just it feels so wasteful. I go through the pads so quickly. I can't wait until I can invest in one of those diamond core sanding pads. They're like over $200. They will be worth it. And much less wasteful. So I have my 2-part epoxy here. Squeeze equal parts from each tube. Sets in 6 minutes, cures in 4 to 6 hours. Okay, oh, I forgot the magnets. Let me get those. Okay. Hopefully these are nice and strong. I haven't gotten magnets from Michael's yet, and they need to be durable enough, strong enough to stick to the fridge with a, oh no. I found the magnets that I had. Okay, I have enough of these for the vases I have here, so that's good. Let's go with those. I don't want to epoxy on a magnet and it not be strong enough. That'd be terrible. One thing I remember is this stuff really stinks. It just smells really bad. I'm gonna put it on the magnet, I think. And then I don't mind the look of that. I just want it to be secure. I probably should be wearing gloves, but I'm just going to make sure I don't get any on my hands. I have to work kind of fast because it will start to adhere. While those cure a little bit, the next thing I want to work on is actually some leather hard pieces. Not that they'll be ready for tomorrow, obviously, but if I keep holding off on these, then they're going to get too dry and I'll just have to scrap them. So I'm going to take the time to attach these two handles. That's all that I have to do. But here's what else I have coming up. I have some butterflies and a butterfly jar. I have another small sleepy dragon and a crystals jar. I'm really getting into the jars now that I've gotten into the groove of making them a success. I pulled the handles with my hand extruder last night. Oh, I'm going to leave these for a little bit, and once the handles firm up a little bit, I'm going to add a thumb rest and some detailing that I add to all of my handles. I'm going to wait for these to finish curing, and then I'm going to do a fridge test. I normally put my magnets on the fridge and then slam the fridge shut and see if they fall off. And if they don't, then we're good to go. A little intense and maybe an extra step, but it gives me a little bit of comfort that I am selling something that will have hopefully some longevity for them and won't just fall off as soon as they put it on their fridge. The next thing I have to do now is clean out my car, pack the couple of things that I wanted to bring to set up early, which is just my canopy and I think some tables. It is sprinkling outside right now, so as long as it doesn't rain any more than this and doesn't get heavier, I think we're still a go for setting up early. I haven't heard otherwise, and setup starts in 8 minutes. You can come anytime between 3 and 6 p.m. and it's almost 3 o'clock, so we'll do that. I've got to update my square, so either I will see you at the place to set up in a little bit, or I will decide to wait until tomorrow. That'll be all for the rest of this video. The next video is where you'll see the market tomorrow. It'll have its own vlog. Thanks so much for being here. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I hope you go and see the next week's video, the market vlog for tomorrow. See you in the next one.